Yes, today we had three resolutions we discussed and voted upon today. One was to honor the Palmetto High School Air Force ROTC. They received the Distinguished Unit Merit Award, and they also received the 2019-2020 Silver Star Community Service Award, and that is one of the only ones in the state, I believe, that received that, and I think they've received it more than one time, so it was an honor to present them with that resolution. We also had a resolution to remember the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it rings true today. I mean, he was someone who believed in freedom of speech, a passive protest, and focused on the character of a man and a woman, and I think our community and our world needs that now more than ever. We also had a resolution honoring Mr. Luke Riddle at the ACTC Center in District 1 and 2. They're training firefighters, EMS workers. They've had over 50 students to graduate from the program to be certified firefighters and EMS operators, which as you know, and the county may know, there's a shortage of firefighters and EMS workers, so it was a great privilege to honor them. And not only that particular section or class that they're teaching, they do great things down there, and it's something that if you don't know about, look it up. You'll be very excited about it. The last resolution was to honor our law enforcement officers for upholding our laws and keeping our community and the people of Anderson County safe. And readings today at the council meeting. We had a second reading to give access or give sewer line to Rewa in Greenville County that serves the Piedmont area. It will provide a better service for the people in Piedmont. It will also relieve the county of any maintenance issues or liability on an older sewer line. So I think that will help benefit the taxpayers in the community as well. We had 3 or 4 first readings. We had a reading, 2 readings on zoning appeals or zoning changes from R20 to agricultural in my district. It's like a 30 or 40 acre tract, and then a 4.5 acre tract to help them protect them from neighborhoods coming in or houses coming in on their area, to give them a buffer and allow them to use their land the way they're actually currently using it in the R20. We also had another first reading today to allow 2 more at-large members on the planning committee, which I think we need with the growth going on in Anderson County right now. I know we've had some problems with attendance there, so it'll help balance it out, give a few more votes, and also provide council members with a little more insight on what's going on, and that will be by application, and it will be voted on by all council members. We also had another first reading today to on some of our roads and bridges. You know, we have 1,500 miles of roads in Anderson County, and we had a subdivision that had been developed in the past that wasn't fully complete. It got completed, and we're actually taking in or paving another 150 foot of road to provide a road for a driveway and an entrance access for a subdivision. And we also had a resolution today that Ms. Floyd had been working on, and it was some grant money to tear down 15 houses in the Homeland Park area. That grant had been applied for multiple times and got denied. Ms. Floyd put her head down, got with Steve Newton, and they worked it out, and we've got, I think it was like a 10% match, $249,000, $250,000 to demolish and remove and abate old houses in the Homeland Park area. Come with a 10% match, $24,000 and some change from the county that we actually had budgeted in our budget. So that will be good for the people in the Homeland Park area, and I think it's a a star for Miss Floyd as she's going out. I mean, she worked hard on this. She cared about her district, and even in her passing, she's still doing things to better her district and the community overall. We had a request from council on an emergency rental assistance, which I think our administrator and his staff worked on, which when I looked over it, I was very pleased with. It was a $6.1 million grant to assist in rent. It's not just the people that's fighting to stay in their homes. As Mr. Burns said, it also helps people. I had someone in my district, a retired couple, that their income's off of rental income and they wasn't getting income. So not only will it allow people to stay in their homes, give them the assistance they need, it will also help landlords and landlords with mortgages even. And this grant, when I was reading through the grant, it stated that he had to have a population of 200,000. If we didn't apply for that or didn't receive it, that money would go to the state, and the state would disperse that money all over the state. So kudos to Mr. Burns and his staff for finding that and getting some relief that will actually, the $6 million will stay in Anderson County and in our community and instead of being dispersed across the state. So I'm excited about that and hope that it will be able to assist and help people in need. The funding from the grant would be dispersed through AIM, and also there is other charitable organizations in Anderson County that will be taking applications and working together. So it'll be a community thing with our volunteers and some of our charitable organizations that's already involved and knows the needs of the people. So it'll work out great and be fine and hopefully provide some relief. We also voted to exercise an option on 301 North Main Street, which is our voter registration building. It was $375,000. The option, our rent, our lease agreement was getting ready to expire in the next month or several months or a couple of months. We had looked through it. We were paying approximately $48,000 a year just to rent that facility, and we were maintaining the facility. And this deal here, to exercise that option, I think we're exercising on a piece of property right now that when we done the lease years ago, that I think the property owner probably wished he hadn't put it in there. I think the property is way more valuable than the option that we're allowed to exercise. We had sold some properties in the industrial park. We're going to roll that money back over in there, and just based on debt service alone, we'll be able to pay for that building in 7.5 years, and that'll be a win-win for the taxpayers as well. I keep bringing up taxpayers, but I'm all about being a steward of our tax money, and I think that we need to look at ways to save on our spending, especially right now during the COVID pandemic, and state fundings and a lot of things are drying up. We need to be efficient and wise with our spending, and I think this is going to be a plus for Anderson County. We also went into executive session, Green Pond, to get some legal advice from our attorney, County Attorney Leon Harmon. There's some big things coming up in next year that we're having to plan for now that will be announced. We're not allowed to announce it, not from the county standpoint, but from the party in which we're entering this contract with. But as soon as it comes out, it will be another win-win for Anderson County, and I'm excited about that one as well. And we voted to allow our attorney to proceed forward with negotiations and contracts.